All right, Coach. Limited games left and practice. Is there another way you can help this team improve, whether it be through conversations, or how do you get these guys ready without, lots of court time?
Well, again, you're not going to change the team, from who we are. The thing what I keep talking about improving on are timing issues, nuances, spacing, understanding where guys are going to be defensively, doing some different things as far as guarding the low post or ISOs, and getting better in those areas. So the nuances of the games are always things you can always work on to get better. You're not going to change your playing personality at this time of the year.
Everyone talks about how the playoffs are a different style of basketball. How do you feel this group is prepared for that style?
Well, I think we're better equipped physically with Norm, Bismack, physically, Damari, just the grittier personnel that Masai and Jeff went out and got. We're better equipped that way. Now, does that equate winning? We'll see. But to go into the playoffs, you need gritty, grimy, hard-nosed play. And if the other team sees any back down at all, that's when you get attacked. And I think we've added to our physical grittiness with those guys.
Even just in terms of experience, going through the playoffs last year and the year before, how much better prepared do you think guys like DeMar and JV, Terrence, those younger guys are going into their third playoff?
It's very, very valuable. The first year we had some success. We didn't win the 7-game series, but some success. Last year they went through something, so they understand the pitfalls of a playoff series. Been through it numerous times as a coach, but themselves, that was the first time, DeMar had been through where they get swept, embarrassed, hurt, whatever you want to call it, and you learn from it. And if you don't, it's shame on us. So that helped us last year, even though it was painful to go through that, and I think the guys learn from it. I even know now when we see blitzes and pick-and-roll defenses like that, we're not surprised or overwhelmed by it.
We talked about the additions all season, guys like Corey and Damari and what they've brought to the table, especially defensively, but even in terms of experience coming from winning programs, at this time of the year, how much value do they provide for you guys?
A lot. Well, Damari just went through it last year. They advanced in the playoffs. I don't know if that was his first time going through it, but that was an experience for him. Corey's been through it numerous times at San Antonio. And then our guys, going through it themselves. So it's always a plus that you have guys that have been there before, understand the differences in the regular season and the playoffs, and it should help.
Did you see progress from Damari from Thursday or from in Atlanta to New York?
Yeah, more relaxed. Had a better feel for the timing of the game, the speed of the game. It's a lot different than being out here with coaches and in practice. The intensity. Thought he had a little bit more juice against Atlanta, maybe because it's his former team. But, he's coming along. He's right on target on his minute restriction, so I don't know how long that'll go, but he's getting there.
Are you at the point where you're getting ready to get rid of those minute restrictions? Or
That's not my decision.
Okay.
It's not my decision. That would be the doctors and medical people's decision.
I'm assuming that conversation about playing them back-to-back will happen not till Wednesday then.
Well, hopefully in the playoffs we don't have any back-to-backs.
Well, I'm trying Tuesday.
Oh, that's a trick question. Okay.
No.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
Coach, Damari mentioned the importance of each individual rebound, each rotation. How do you replicate that intensity? Is it a matter of stopping practice when things go wrong, or do you have a shorter leash on guys in the final 2 games?
No. Again, our guys are professionals. I respect our guys. I trust them. And like I said before the game last night, I knew human nature was going to set in last night, and it did. I thought we lost some focus, and they got back in the game, made it a close game. We made it a tougher game on ourselves. Again, New York's going to be a nice young team. Carmelo's a great player. But a lot of things that we did allowed them to do some things. So that focus is human. And again, I warned them against tomorrow night and in the Brooklyn game. We can't look at a record. We're working for something bigger and better than to just getting through these next 2 games. Let's work on our game. Let's get better at timing of our screens, our defensive rotations, our challenging shots, our deflections. Last night was the first game this year we had 0 deflections in the first half. And that tells me that we don't have active hands. Our hands are not moving. We're not challenging shots. We're not challenging passes. And that was telling, and that let me know our defensive focus wasn't there in the first half.
Almost all season, the focus has been on the playoffs.
Not for me, Michael. My focus this year, I promise you, has been getting better. And you do that, the other winning will come. When you improve as a team defensively, you improve as a team offensively. I think the expectation, everybody's talking about the playoffs, but in the locker room, we're talking about getting better. But again, we understand the goal of the season, but the daily emphasis was improvement.
I mean, with 2 games left, I mean, is it not a season, just the process itself that you guys have been through? You got to be pretty proud of it.
Well, again, we've made some strides defensively. I forgot where we were in the 20s somewhere defensively. We've moved up, gotten better. Added some defensive-minded guys in Corey and Bismack and Damari. But we got better. I thought the guys coming back got better. DeMar's gotten better in his own way. Kyle Lowry's gotten better defensively. So even the guys that's been JV's gotten better in his pick and roll defense. I think Biz has rubbed off on him. So the improvement has been there. We've made steps. Are we a finished product? No. I still say there are steps that we still can take to be even a better team, a better program, establishing our culture even better. So it's always something you're striving for, but we're not a finished product yet. Well, Patrick is probably one of our higher IQ players. He's one of our smartest players. He knows every offensive set, every nuance of it, every defensive scheme, every nuance of it. He understands the scouting reports. That's one thing he brings to the table. He's probably, along with being one of our best 3-point shooters, he's probably one of our best ball movers. And if you've noticed over the last few games, we've put him on some threes defensively, just to have see what he can do there. And he's done an excellent job switching off on some of the point guards. Some of those small things that he gives us is a big thing. The other thing that he's given us is attacking the paint. He's quick off. His first step is as quick as anybody we have on the team. He gets the ball in the paint and he makes good decisions with it. So Patrick has quietly, under the radar, really improved as an overall basketball player, not just a 3-point shooter.
Carroll, I mean, he was over here before, and he said, I know the type of player I am, and I know the type of player Dwane Casey likes. He goes, those minute restrictions, he says, I think they're going to be pretty hard for him if they're still in place come playoff time. How hard is that going to be for you to keep him off the court?
Hopefully that's a better question, Michael. Yeah, I know you've been saying that, thinking about it. But he's exactly right, because that's why we brought him here. Is to be that defensive player and for us, and he believe me, he wants to be out there, and we want him out there. But again, he's got to listen to his body. He's got to listen to the medical people, because everybody here has his best interest at heart, which in turn is going to help have our interest at heart. So we just got to be prudent with it. As much as we want to ramp his minutes up quickly, it's just not smart to do. And as bad as I want him out there, I'm not going to override that. No matter when it is, whether it's these next couple of games or if it's the first couple of games of the playoffs, we got to be smart and look at the long-term picture of his health.